Hey y'all, we are back for another episode of the Kitty Box. It's time to bring it to the box.
Yes.
Fellas, what are y'all bringing to the box tonight? Let me go first. Ciao. Because, girl, y'all know I love me some Andrew Caldwell. Girl, so a clip has surfaced because y'all know he's a part of the Zeus show, The Boys of LA, Bad Boys of LA, whatever. Brought to you by Natalie Nunn, honey. So a clip had surfaced of like him cursing and going off on where the money reside. However, every time he does his lives, which I am always a part of, he never, I don't curse. I'm holy and I'm sanctified. I'm this and that and the third. And he was bitch this and motherfucker that. And he was going off. So he went live after the clip leaked and was like, I'm not a part of that show. I was just a part of the promo. That's all I did. But once I saw what was going on, I got out. I'm not a part of that show. So then Zeus, he got on live and he brought Natalie Nunn on live and they started talking about the situation. Child, apparently he is locked into a contract, got the Zeus check, cashed it, and everybody involved is like, what is he talking about? We have a whole season's worth of him on this show and he's just going around saying that he's not on the show. So then he went live while they were on live. And they had him on the screen while they were like watching and responding. And he said, he was like, yes, I cast the check because y'all brought me down now. So yeah, it was worth my time. Then he lied and said that they called him a monkey, that they treated him so bad that he started having chest pains and had to go to the hospital. You went too far and now you know that the shit is about to, you about to reap your harvest. I don't know what you were thinking when you filmed all of this. You probably didn't assume that it would make it to the general public, but now it's here. And you can't throw a tantrum and curse your way and sanctify and cry your way out of this. Like, it's over for y'all. Have y'all heard about that shit?
No, I have not. And I just want to say, I don't particularly care for that human. I thought he was always a motherfucking clown, as well as the church, for making him popular from that bullshit back in the day, that I Am Delivered bullshit. That was all some fuck shit.
But it was a joke.
Everybody was in it. I mean, of course not, but he's been a clown ever since. And Zeus, they're known to be involved in a lot of fuckery as well. So if you bought this fucking clown on your show, what the fuck did you expect? It seems like you're reaping the harvest of whatever the fuck you got what you paid for.
But according to Natalie Nunn, he sent in an audition. He kept writing Natalie on Instagram, begging to be on the show.
But he's psycho. So, I mean, when you deal with bitches that are psycho, that's what you get.
I do think he's challenged, though. I will say that. I think he is challenged.
And I don't follow him, Kat, since you do. Maybe you can answer this. I've always wondered, like, where the fuck is his family? Like, where's his people?
You see them from time to time, but he's grown and he's living on his own. So I guess even though he is a little challenged, he's living on such a level that, it's fit for him to live alone. So you see his mom from time to time. She is challenged. So that's why I know the apple don't fall far from the tree. But, I guess he's ashamed of his family because they are a little ethnic. And, they hood. And he went live one time, and after the people read him, he was just like, never again. But I don't know. But they never talk about him, and if they do, it don't make it to us. The people who watch him.
Would you, if you were his brother, cousin, uncle, would you want the world to know that you're related to this crazy bitch?
I get a
no, but yes. I would get that bitch off the
like,
screen. I would get that bitch off the screen. Like, okay, you need to be on some medication somewhere.
But I think another reason why they're letting him do this is because he's making a passive income. Like, he does not work. And his rants and antics and stuff like that gets him paid. That's how he pays his rent.
Can I say this, though? I want to touch on a little bit what Jay said. The fact that the church planned this out, the fact that first of all, you stood up there in a mustard suit. Girl, bye. Burn it. Moving forward, you played around with God. You got the notoriety based off of a religious situation, and you're playing with the Lord. You're no better than a lot of these scammy on ass pastors out here who scam their church members out of their tithe and offerings. and use it for nefarious means. Like, I don't trust people like that. You played around with the Lord, girl. You got your start with the Lord. You've been not delivered. Your cup is not running over. It's pressed down, and you should be shaken to death for playing around with God. I don't laugh with people like that. Yeah, you're challenging him, but there's a place for you in hell too.
Yeah.
You can't play all of these people that get clout off of God and religion and all these different things. A lot of people want to play around, like we just talked about with Kanye West. Like, no, I don't subscribe to that at all. At one point it was funny, but now, like, girl, like that many moons later, you're a grown girl. And then fuck Zeus too, girl. Y'all sit around here
exploiting all this bullshit.
You did that too, but then we think back to Jocelyn's Cabaret when she's literally, they aired, someone said double homicide. Y'all aired that. When the girl, remember that situation with the girl who had the kid situation? You aired that, and then you let Jocelyn sit up here and her husband berate these girls on your platforms, knowing what would happen to you. So you also, as a network, do anything for clout. So I'm just over it. And that promo for that show that he's on, why is everybody wearing goddamn furs in the desert and pulling up in Uber XLs? Girl, please.
I'm not listening to you say that about how it was funny and how people think it's funny. And I guess that's what it's always been with me, with people who I know who deal with mental illness and shit like that. That shit has never been funny to me. So that's why I felt the way that I felt about Kanye. And I don't think that's funny because I know it's a result of him being bipolar or whatever else the fuck is going on with him. But also Andrew Caldwell, I never thought he was funny or entertaining because I know that he's challenged in a way, and I don't find that funny. But maybe that's just my fucking personality.
No, I get what you're saying. I don't laugh at people who are challenged and are not trying to be funny. He refers to himself as a comedian. So all of this shit that you're doing is intentional. Like, you want
and don't be mad when you get intentional consequences.
You get the backlash.
Intentional karma, intentional Miss Destiny is gonna reap an ugly head on your ass, child. He's already out here looking like a burned ass Porky the Pig. Girl, get your ass up out of here. Playing with God. Play with fire. Don't get mad when you get burned, girl.
And on that note, YB, what do you bring into the box?
Well, this week I'm bringing to the box. I want to give a special shout out to Marvel Studios, honey. Hello, God. Marvel has came out and has voiced their opinion. Just a little backstory. Florida, sorry ass Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, has decided to agree with legislation that we cannot have gay conversations. So it's a don't say gay bill down here in Florida. It's a very popular topic of conversation in the past month. Basically, quick rundown for those that don't know, public schools have, basically say, girl, you cannot have, teachers can no longer have conversations about homosexuality or LGBTQ issues in public schools, child. And they're basically trying to do that in a lot of other little public spaces as well. But Marvel has come out and said, girl, we denounce that. I'm going to read their statement real quick. Marvel Studios stated, we strongly denounce any and all legislation that infringes on the basic human rights of the LGBTQI plus community. Marvel Studios stands for hope, inclusivity, and strength, and we proudly stand with the community. Today, we pledge to continue our strong commitment as allies who promote the values of equality, acceptance, and respect, honey. Hello, God.
Amen.
So, big shout out to them. I also want to say fuck you to Disney, because Disney has decided to, when asked about it, they said we're going to remain quiet. We don't have any opinions on the matter. So Disney girl, was we know, because Walt Disney, let me take you back a little history, child. They say Walt Disney had a lot of gay ways. So
but
y'all
Disney
need to respect.
Very inclusive though. They are.
They may be inclusive, but they need to speak the fuck up.
They need to. They do.
They need to speak up.
The new
especially if Marvel, because Disney now has a lot of Marvel under their brand. You need to go ahead in the line, girl. We don't need y'all playing fences, girl. Get with it.
But they are allies. They really are. Because in the new Proud Family, Loud and Prouder. There is, a gay couple in this, and there is a boy who is androgynous and non-binary. So they do recognize and support the culture. They really do. And even when people stood up against it, they was like, no, we're going to move forward with this for sure. I do believe that Disney is inclusive, but yeah, they should have spoken up, because sometimes, being a silent partner is kind of being compliant with the opposing team. So yeah, pick a side.
Amen.
Chase, what you bringing to the box, honey?
All right. I actually have two things, and
Okay.
they're not positive at all.
Mm.
First, I just want to say rest in peace to Tracy Braxton.
Mm.
That broke my heart. I was a
Me
huge
too.
fan of
Me
Braxton
too.
Family Values, and just to know that she passed away from cancer, believe it was Saturday morning or so when we all found out. It just kind of stumped me a little bit for that day. She was definitely the most entertaining to me out of the family.
She was my
Um,
favorite.
yeah, as far as her personality goes, I would say.
Yes.
Personality,
Yes.
yes, she was definitely my favorite. So that was just a sad thing to hear. And also, this might be a little unconventional to say, but y'all say a quick little prayer and keep my boo Jussie Smollett in your prayers.
Yeah. Yeah.
While he is doing his 5 months, the court did order that Jussie Smollett be released from jail on bond while he's doing his appeal. So he should be out. My boo made a mistake. It is what it is. He got caught up, and he will be sitting in the county jail, which the county jail in Chicago is no joke,
No
Mm.
as
county
everyone
jail.
knows.
No county jail.
um, but I did see that. Actually, I saw something tonight that he may be released or something until or
I know
upon his
for
appeal or something like that.
for sure he has been released from the psych ward, so he's no longer in the psych ward. But I do believe that the punishment does not fit the crime.
Yeah,
Um,
that hurt, man.
we have people who are literally killing people, walking in churches and killing people, and before they go to jail, they get a trip to Burger King. But because this man lied, he needs to be sentenced. And my thing is, I'm not saying he didn't lie. I don't even care about what he did, because it's, at the base of it, it's just a lie. Nobody was hurt. A lie was told. I don't feel that, because there are people out there that's just yeah, he needs to be in jail, this, that, and the third. And I respect your opinion, but I don't agree with the fact that we always have to be the ones that are making an example out of.
Right.
You don't have to use us to prove to the general public that we ain't playing no games. Because all of these Karens are still walking around. And there's video evidence of them being Karens and being racist and disrespectful and exhibiting hate crimes.
And I hate
Slapped this
how
man with over $100,000 in fines.
right, let him pay that, do a little bit of house arrest, some probation for 6 months or a year or whatever, which you still make money off of that versus wasting taxpayers' money by keeping him in jail.
Because Lori Loughlin did the
Uh,
same thing. She lied.
yeah,
Took her daughter
yeah,
in school and she was in and out.
right. I don't even think she went to jail. She just got probation.
She did.
No, she did. She did like a month or something like that, right?
Mama win. But she was out very quickly,
But,
and she did the remainder of her time on house arrest.
yeah. And what I hate about that, because I used to live in Chicago, the way that they tried to spin it like, oh, well, you wasted our resources. We could have been doing other things. Y'all don't do a motherfucking thing. That's why y'all have all these fucking gang killings, people robbing people constantly, and y'all don't be doing shit. So when they tried to spin that little narrative, they kind of pissed me off, actually being there and see how they move. I was like, girl, please. Y'all just trying to make an example out of this man. Which, I get it, he was wrong for that, but just make him pay his fine, give him a little bit of house arrest and some probation, and call it a fucking day. But yeah, that really, I was just like, damn, really 5 months for lying?
Any jail time is just too much, because on top of the fines and the public scrutiny, he's already been blackballed.
He's done, right?
Outside of, him putting on his own productions, ain't nobody calling Jussie. So, y'all done already, it's already bad enough for him. Just damn jail time. In the county, you could have sent this man to prison.
Yeah.
But county, girl.
I agree. I don't think the crime, if one was even really committed, child, fits, what the punishment. It's just, let me say this though. I feel like, okay, yes, in earlier commentary when the situation first happened, which was over 2 years ago, I laughed at him and I had little things to say, but to visibly target this man, because I feel like he's been targeted at this point. Yes, to be made an example of, but tell me this. If MAGA wasn't used in this at all, something tells me we wouldn't be even having this conversation. Mm. There's something, someone is behind this. Someone is spearheading this. To have this minute problem that was still on y'all brain 2 years later, girl, to continue to go after this boy, to prosecute this young man.
To reopen the case. It was closed.
And you want to talk about making examples of people, then make an example of Breonna Taylor's killers. Hello, God. Trayvon Martin's killer. Zimmerman's walking around this bitch like nothing ever happened. All of these people that we could name that have been slain.
Even the scammers of the world. You want to talk about just lies? The Tinder swindler is out of jail. So is Anna Delvey.
Make these people the example, not this young man. And to do him dirty, like putting him in county, like you said before, this could have been dealt with a fine situation, house arrest moment, have him pay his dues to society, go work at a soup kitchen, girl, open up a foundation in somebody's name, girl, or some shit. But county, that's a harsh punishment. This is Chicago, right? Yeah. So,
Cook
like
County,
you said earlier,
Cook County jail is no joke.
Jussie Smollett's pussy is going to be done. That broccoli's going to be done and overcooked. So. It's going to be overcooked.
I don't think so. They're going to be.
He called himself the gay Tupac, so I don't know.
Nah, they're gonna take care of him. They're not gonna let anything happen.
What if he ends up running the jail girl, like becoming the queen of queens in the jail girl?
Oh, that would be everything.
Giving like Lil Nas X tease.
You know what I'm saying though? Like, what if he just comes out as a child? Nothing ever happened to me when I was in there.
What if he Papa comes out ripped? He's working it out in jail. Then when he come out, he like pop, pop, pop.
I mean, it's only 5 months. And something tells me he's not even gonna do that. I don't even think he's gonna do that.
Yeah, I don't think he is.
And if he does do that,
he's going to be released.
Some big names are really coming out and speaking against it. So
because it's trash. It's I may not live for him. His acting, he sounds like a billy goat when he sings, and we don't care about him beyond the first season of Empire. But girl, like this isn't right. Y'all know what y'all doing to this man. It's fucked up. So I'm not surprised people are speaking out. In Chicago, the same, like Jay said earlier, you put this much effort and pizzazz on this particular stupid case. There's a lot of shit out there. Y'all need to be cleaned up in those streets, girl. Y'all are still considered to be the number one corrupt city in America, girl. Get your shit together, girl. Period.
To our
the
question.
Kitty Mound. So we had someone write in. This person wants to remain anonymous. They say, "Hey y'all always seem to have the best advice, so hopefully y'all can help me out. My friend is straight, but whenever we hang out, he acts like he's my boyfriend. He gives out this energy that he'd be into something sexual, but I've never looked at him that way until now. Should I risk it and say something or even do something, or nah?"
I'm the resident whore, so can I? Bitch, you better not. Period. You better not. If he wants it, he'll make the move. Yes, he may be giving you a little bit of the signs. Maybe he's wanting you to brush up against his leg real quick, child, just to seal the deal, to let him know that you guys are ready. Don't do it, girl. There's a lot of straight men out here who play that type of role when they have a gay friend, especially a gay friend who's a little bit feminine. I've experienced that a lot of times with my straight homeboys, where they feel like they have to have this overprotective masculine energy around me. And even sometimes in playing around, they'll say, "Oh, I got to protect my sis." Bitch, first of all, I'm a nigga, recognize me as a man.
Exactly.
But I do understand that, I've had that happen to me before, and I get it and I respect it, but at the same time, like, on this level of like interest, a man, no matter straight, gay, bi, whatever, DL, they'll let you know what they want. They're not scared to let you know. So if he hasn't pressed up on you yet, I wouldn't even try that.
Will they though? Because I'm the type, I will be like hugely attracted to somebody and want to do something, but I will never.
But if this is a really close friend and y'all are like brothers or like really cool like that, you really don't want to chance that, because once you make that move, you can't go back. Because men, if you look at straight men too, they play around a lot, even with their straight homeboys, like locker room kind of behavior. You can't always trust what you think. That's why even nowadays, men are a lot more comfortable to play around like that. So the gaydars are off, girl. You don't know if your gaydar is really working the right way, or if you're feeling that type of energy you think that you're feeling. Me personally, honestly, girl, chalk it up to y'all just joking and having a good time, unless other things happen, on his side towards you, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
And I've definitely been in those situations. I'm like you, Kat. I will never act on that situation. I have once in the past, and like YB is saying, it's usually not a great outcome, which that was pretty much the demise of our friendship. So that's something that I tell myself I will never mess with a friend again. So, especially if he hasn't done anything to like physically come on to you or verbally say anything, don't fall for that trap, because he could flip that switch like that, and then you'll end up looking foolish.
Yeah.
So I would never suggest. I wouldn't even bring it up unless he specifically verbalized to you, "Hey, this is how I'm feeling about you," and depending on how long y'all been friends, or if you even want to take it to that next level or explore that opportunity, I would say don't do it.
I agree with not doing anything, but gauge the friendship and read the room. If you have a friend that you can talk to, and you really truly feel something, I feel like you should say something before you do something, because you don't want to, offend him in any way. So at least, kind of, try. If you feel the courage to say something, definitely say something. I also feel like with gay men, a lot of times we take any form of interest in intimacy as sexual, when sometimes people just like us,
Yeah.
Because I'm around certain girls who are touchy-feely and want to lay on me all the time. I'm like, girl, I know I'm nothing but skin, bones, and muscle now. But, I know I'm not comfortable, but they are affectionate that way. Some men are the same way, and they're completely straight. So, just read the room. Like y'all were saying, men sometimes, well, most times will let you know. So just kind of leave that door open to let him approach you with it. And just see where things go from there. But I definitely wouldn't. You don't want to put yourself in that situation. But and also, if you decide that you want to say something, make sure that the setting is intimate. And when I say that, I'm not saying have candles lit and have the lights off. I'm saying y'all need to be the only two people that's hearing this conversation. If it decides to go outside of the comfort of y'all two, it's because that he wants to say something, or you confide in your good Judy. But don't be in a group of y'all at a kickback, and you just like, James, I fuck with you. Like, what's up? Like, don't do that to him.
I want to say this final thing real quick. And I feel like the last two generations of LGBT have been birthing generations of people who think that every man is havable. Like you said earlier, Kat, some people just fuck with you on a comfortable level like that. That doesn't mean they want to fuck you. That don't mean they're interested in you. Stop it. I had to learn that as a young queen myself, girl. You will fuck up relationships. And it's not from me or them. It's just like, grow up from that shit. These men may not want that part. They just that comfortable. Your energy says you can be that cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Stop it. Because at that point, when will you ever really have a friend that you're not trying to fuck?
Right.
And I know I went left with that, but there's a lot of younger queens who think that way now. I grew up and I still have a lot of my straight homeboys. A lot of this generation of queens, they don't have any straight homeboy friends at all, because of the way their generation is so sexual and takes everything so sexual. Girl, please.
I feel that's our generation too. Growing up, there was a lot of boys a lot of queens that were doing that kind of shit. I feel like Yeah, that shit was definitely going
Definitely
on.
so, but not on the mass scale as we see now. At least back then, you still had some gay boys who still had straight friends. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, I don't really see anyone a straight friend with a gay best friend. I don't see that anymore nowadays like that. But for the generation,
Well,
for the young
to
people.
our credit, straight men when we were in high school looked like straight men. Like now, you can't
Right.
tell.
Right.
The straight men got the purses, they got the nails, they got the pearls, they got the tight jeans.
Their
We don't
jeans
know.
tighter than mine, and I've been
I'm not
like,
really talking
oh, what
about
are
the
y'all
you
getting
can't
at?
tell part. I'm just talking about just a man
Right.
assuming the straight rolling life. Period. You don't
Mm.
see the whole gay best friend, straight best friend vibe anymore, especially in this young generation. And I'm just it kind of birthed us from our generation because I did see that a lot too growing up. But I saw at least in some settings, you'll see like a hood ass nigga and then this like little gay person. I'm just like, they're friends. You feel what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
there's none of that.
To be honest, I personally haven't seen it, but it seems like it will be more prevalent today because it's a lot easier for the gay girls out today versus when we
It's
were in high school or
easier,
middle
but
school.
it's easier, but
But
their mind frame, this generation is over sexualized because they're starting younger now. So everything to them is based on sex. So that's why I think it's more difficult. That's why I don't see it now in this generation. I never see it. Even when I was working for the school district, I never really saw it was either gay boys only with the girls. I never saw a gay guy hanging out with other straight dudes or in those social circles. You know, maybe it's a regional thing or whatever, but like I don't see that anymore. I saw it a lot growing up though, but I don't see it now. Not with this generation. They've outcasted themselves, and I hate to say it, I don't want to put that on every young gay person because we're not a monolith. But clean it if you know you're one of those messy ass girls who just think that way about these men all the time. Clean your shit up, girl.
Yeah, because it's not
Clean it up.
always that.
yeah,
It's not always that at all.
Yeah. And I know we're probably some old queens, and what the fuck do these girls know? Bitch, we know everything.
Because I
Period.
mean, the men that I would be friends with in high school, I was friends with by mistake. Like they would come up to me and be like, "Put me down with your friend Sasha," or "Put me down," and through trying to go through me, they were like, "Damn, you cool." I'm like, "Of course
Yeah.
I am. I'm me, bitch." Like, and before you know it, I'm the class clown, and everybody loves me. But
Yeah.
again, I knew that healthy boundary.
right.
But I've never been somebody to just take that risk to try something. I've said something, but I'm never gonna try anything.
I never say I never been there because I was a young whore many moons ago, but you learn. That's what I'm trying to tell these girls now, honey. Learn from the queens of the past. Hello, God. Shout out to Lion King. I just had to reverse that.
Lion Queen.
Yes, yeah. Roar, honey, roar.
Oh Lord. Make sure y'all leave a comment and chime into the conversation. Let us know. Give this person some advice. What would y'all do in a situation like this? What would you do? Hop in the comments. Any last words y'all want to leave with the people?
Poison is holy water, and hopefully that life insurance policy check clears. Hello, God.
And YB, turn on a fan. That's my final word. This bitch is just as glistening. And on that note, we will holla at y'all next week.
Bye, y'all. We love y'all so much.